Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Live, Laugh, and Eat show. My name is Benedine Otto. I'm a certified transformational nutrition coach. I am an EFT practitioner, and I'm also the managing editor of a magazine called the Live, Laugh, and Eat magazine. Now, our special guest today is Kalpana Patel. Now, Kalpana is a certified life coach, a certified eating psychology coach by the Institute for the Psychology of Eating, and she's also a certified transformational nutrition coach. Additionally, she is an RYT 200 yoga teacher, a certified Heal Your Life workshop leader, and a Reiki practitioner and healer. Now, her main goal in her coaching practice is to help people to love themselves now, as opposed to waiting to do that only when they get there. Getting there could mean different things for different people. Now, getting the perfect job, reaching the perfect weight, finding the perfect life partner, by learning the art of loving themselves unconditionally in this moment. They are placing the key to their happiness in their own hands. Now, Kalpana has a true passion for helping people cultivate unconditional love from themselves and helping people to form healthy relationships with their food, significant others, and life. She embodies all that she teaches by practicing the most optimal holistic lifestyle for a unique life journey. And she's also a regular contributor for the Live, Love, and Eat magazine. So, welcome, Kalpana.
Thank you, Bernadine. Thank you for that amazing introduction. First of all, I want to start off by saying we are just so lucky that we have this amazing magazine where we can contribute our work and showcase what we do. So thank you for that. And I'm glad to be here.
Now, before we start getting into, what you do and, all that, first of all, how did you get started in your career? And tell us a little bit about yourself and your story.
Sounds good. Okay. So I used to be a consultant with IBM many years ago. And so I was in the IT industry, doing it because it was something that I had to do. And then over years, I decided to give that up and be home with my kids, to give them my 100% time. But as time went by and they were growing older, it felt like it was time for me to do something, because soon I would have an empty nest and I would not have anything to do. So looking back at what I could do or what I had that I could build upon, I realized that I did have some background in psychology, and then I said, okay, this is good. I worked well with people. I was informally coaching for the longest time in my life. So it felt appropriate to go ahead and look into coaching. And that's how I started off my life coaching training and certification. The other part was, an important component was that as I was growing up, I had a very intense struggle with my own body, and my relationship with food was very it was unhealthy, because I either had a very great relationship at times, and at times I had a terrible relationship with food. So, and then obviously I was struggling with my weight forever. For the longest time I can remember going, from various diets and various ways of eating, and then binge eating, and then emotional eating. So that was my thing all along. And I think that's why I was kind of drawn towards the mind-body nutrition training, the eating psychology, where I kind of had a little bit more formal training and understood why I was doing that, and why my relationship with food was just so crazy. So got a little bit understanding about that. And as we know, we usually end up doing the work that we do is usually something that we need more work with. So that's, and after I did that, I was drawn towards doing my CTNC. the Institute for Transformation Nutrition, at times it felt like, what am I doing? I'm doing this and I'm doing that and whatever. And these looked like separate components that I was getting myself certified in, but I just went with my gut feeling. And so I continued to pursue that. There were a lot of changes in my personal life, a lot of ups and downs, went through that. And I think that my training in these various areas helped me to overcome going through something major in that period, in those periods of what was going on in my personal life. I was able to keep myself emotionally, mentally stable, and be able to take the right steps, be in a right mindset to take those steps. Started to coach, and I had a few coaching clients. I noticed that as I was in my coaching practice, in my coaching sessions, I was beginning to listen to what my clients were telling me, but I was also listening to what they were not telling me. And I felt like many of the times my own intuition come in, and I was picking up on things which made me feel like I do have some sort of intuitiveness. I'm blessed with something here, and I wanted to tap more into it. And somewhere along the way, I think I also added, I felt like I wanted to do more energy work, because here I was doing the life coaching, doing the nutrition, the mind body thing. I wanted something energetically as well, working on a person's energetic body as well, because that kind of completed everything for me. It's like it was a holistic method of helping people. So the mind body. So did my yoga teacher training. So now I teach at a yoga studio. I teach yoga and meditation. Formed some better relationship with food in my life. Found some peace around my weight, where I was struggling myself forever, having different sizes of clothes in my closet, where I was like, one day I will lose the weight and I'll wear this, and I did lose. I wear that, then I put on, then I had other set of clothes. So I went back and forth a lot, and then finally I found peace with where I am. And just, having said that, there are days when I still struggle. I think everybody does. And just learning to be okay and saying, okay, I feel this right now. How can I find peace with it? What can I do here in this moment? That's I think that's in a nutshell. So I do the yoga meditation. I do Reiki. I'm a Reiki level 2 practitioner. I have life coaching clients as well, and now I've integrated all of this into my sessions, which could be Reiki followed by a life coaching session, or Reiki followed by maybe some nutritional tweaks that people need to do in their lives, or things like that. So
I just love what you do. And it's like you said, it's in here, what happens
yes,
in here. It's not just about the food and, going out and exercise for 2 hours long, and you still feel like empty inside here. Now, I know that you work with your clients as well to you teach them how to start loving themselves.
yes,
Now, I love this because I think there's so many people out there that are struggling to love themselves,
yes,
and if you love yourself, you can see such a huge improvement in your overall life. So
yes.
tell us a little bit about that. How do you get your clients to, how do you teach them to love?
That is a great question, and I love this. So when I start to work with my clients, and I find that many of them are right now at a point where I was at one point, where they're just struggling, and it could be struggle because they don't really love themselves. They're having problems in their relationship, or problem in their careers, or just problems in general. So I think where we start off is with my clients is like, let's talk about what is it that you feel like you kind of like. Let's not go to even love. What do you kind of like in yourself right now? What do you see as some positive aspects? And most of them women, I think women give so much importance to just the exterior, the way they look, the body weight, and and I think a lot of us women have gone through a lot of body shaming and things that we've heard, and that's just playing in the subconscious mind so strongly that even if we make small progresses, it's easy to go back into that place where we're just feeling that we don't look good enough. And so starting small, from small places, like, okay, what is it? Is there anything that you like about yourself? And then they struggle with that too, but we kind of start with that. And when we talk about self-love, some people confuse that with self-love with vanity. Like, okay, so I need to go to get my, a massage done, a pedicure. Yes, that's also a part of self-love, because self-care goes hand in hand with self. You also want self-care, but you want to be able to listen to your body. So listening to your body is very important part of self-love. If your body is saying, I'm tired, I need to rest, that's self-love. If your body, if you're feeling inside that, oh my God, I shouldn't have said yes, I shouldn't have committed to this, I have no time, I'm stressed out at work, like, why did I say yes for this? Why couldn't I say no? So that again, self-love is, it's saying, being able to say no at the right time is practicing self-love. So how do you form healthy boundaries? How do you draw healthy boundaries where you don't, cross that over be it at work or in relationships, or even with your children, how do you do that? So self-love is a lot of things, all that's put it together in one piece. So we kind of start from there, taking care of your bodies, taking the physical body, the emotional body, mental state of your health. And then let's work on what's going on in a particular scenario. How do you bring in self-love? How can you learn to love yourself exactly how you are in this moment? And a lot of us will have so many negative things to say about ourselves, like my hair and my belly fat and my thighs and my hips and, oh my God, my nose. And, because we learn to look at ourselves with this very critical eye, and we don't appreciate what we have. But it takes time, but we all can get there. When we start to feel good on the inside, it just shows on the outside. It doesn't matter how the physical appearance is. So it's like bringing in those, and for a lot of the clients, we have to go back. Like, we have to do a lot of work from as they were growing up, because they would have heard certain things that are becoming blocks in their lives and preventing them from loving themselves. So we do some inner child healing if that's required. We'll do maybe some tapping if required. We will do some life coaching around that, some practices, some mirror work exercises. So beginning to really accept yourself exactly how you are in that right now. That may not be your goal. You may want to get somewhere, but starting from a place of really loving yourself. If it's faster to get to wherever you want to get to. So that's how I kind of work with my clients as far as self-love is concerned. But the biggest thing is embracing it myself in my daily life every single day.
Yeah, I think every woman, have that, like, just to love myself. And it's like you said, you only see the outside, and I love the phrase that you used. And I use that with my clients as well. When you feel loved inside, when you heal your inner self,
Yes.
you just feel it outside as well. I just love that. That is
Absolutely
so important. It's not just the outside, it's also the inside. Now, I know you also do Reiki.
Yes.
Can you tell for the listeners, somebody that doesn't know how that works or what is it? Can you explain a little bit about that?
Absolutely. So Reiki really it translates into universal energy. So it's like Rei is universal, and Ki, or Chi as we say, is the life force, the energy. So what happens really in Reiki is, it was actually founded by Dr. Mikao Usui, who was a Buddhist monk, and in Japan in the 1800s, and then it was brought here as well. So what happens really in a session in Reiki is we the client, so the practitioner uses his or her palms, channels the energy, the divine energy through them, and then places their palms on in a sequence on the client's body. And it can be a touch or it can be no touch as well. There's two different ways of doing it. And what it really does is it helps to balance the client's own body. Like, it just helps. Every body has the capability to heal themselves. So Reiki just helps to bring that the state of the body in its own healing space. So using vibration, using heat. So that's what Reiki is. Reiki is used for various purposes. Like I will, if someone is going through depression or anxiety or even like PTSD, pain management, Reiki is used in those scenarios. Also, if someone is going through a medical challenge, someone has high blood pressure or heart condition, or going through a cancer treatment. Now, Reiki doesn't replace the medical procedure or the treatment that is the client is supposed to have, but it helps during that time to be able to go through that treatment without too much side effects. Like it helps you to be more relaxed. So that's what Reiki is. A lot of people, Reiki is being used a lot in hospitals too. Some of the hospitals are using it. Some cancer treatment centers are using it. Some big hospitals. Reiki has been also, I think Dr. Oz has been promoting Reiki as well because his wife is a Reiki practitioner. So Reiki is, a healing modality, energy healing modality. And I have really fallen in love with it because when a practitioner is using Reiki to heal the clients or to help heal the clients, in that process is healing him or herself as well. So it's an amazing modality. I really love doing this, and I'm right now working towards my Reiki masters right now. So certification right now.
Oh, wow. Can you do Reiki like if you have a client somewhere else and you have to do it online? Can you do that with
how I also do Reiki, it's also called distance healing.
Okay.
So you can transmit Reiki to somebody who is not living in the same physical space. It could be he or she could be in a different state or a different location. It doesn't matter where. And there are ways to do that. There are ways to infuse or transmit Reiki doing distance healing, which is and that only happens once you're attuned by you've achieved the attunement by your teacher. So yes, I do that as well. I do distance healing as well.
Okay. Now, your last question that I'm asking everybody is, what 3 tips will you give someone who is struggling to live healthy?
So the biggest thing that helped me personally was to make sure when I was, trying to get more healthy and be in a good, place, I prepping myself, prep work. I thought it was the biggest thing because when I'm trying to eat healthy, when I'm trying to embrace a more healthy lifestyle, all of us are going through so much in life. We're rushing, and then we find ourselves that we forget that it's time to eat, and we go past that time, but we haven't done the prep work. So we're just like, oh, I don't have anything ready. I'll just have this. And then obviously when we get to that point where we're very hungry, very, very hungry, we reach for the worst thing ever. We just pull that. So doing some prep work is so important to make sure that you always have something healthy that's sitting, that's easily accessible for you. The other thing that I really find helpful and has helped me as well is to have sort of like an accountability buddy. So to have somebody who is also on a healthy journey with you, and so both of you and the other person are inspiring each other, are holding each other accountable. I think that's also a great way to be able to embrace a more healthy lifestyle. The third thing that I feel like is to get your body moving. And it doesn't matter how, go for a walk. It could be something light like yoga, practice yoga, go to the whatever calls out to you. But bring in some movement in the body. When the body moves, the energy moves, you start to feel better. So even if you're not feeling good, a little depressed or sad or whatever, you get up and start to move. I think that definitely helps you feel better. And you're like, oh, I was feeling like I wanted to have a piece of chocolate a few minutes ago, but after I took the walk and came back, I don't need it anymore. So always stepping out and doing some kind of moving the body always helps. So those are my three simple, very, very simple tips on
I like
everything.
those tips. Yeah, they are simple, and I mean, you can really incorporate them, in your life every day. So,
Exactly.
yeah, so Kalpana, it was such an honor to have you today, and you are doing such amazing work out there in the world. Thank you for being here today. I really, really appreciate you.
Thank you so much, Bernadine. Appreciate this, and thank you.